Welcome back to the Third Lace Podcast. Hosted by your favorite people, Nate and, of course, Donnie.
What's up? What's up?
Round one of the NBA playoffs is in the books. Let us know how y'all are doing in the comments, but
I look like an idiot.
that's how it's feeling. I got the Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals, and they lose round one to the Anthony Edwards Timberwolves. The Nuggets are looking like they potentially might be done. And
Jamal Murray's just not playing to his potential. He is like, they need him to score 20 to 25. He has to score 25, or they're not going to win. Jokic is going to get his triple-double. I mean, it's inevitable. He's not going to be stopped on getting what he needs to get. It's the other guys that need to step up.
But he also didn't shoot very well in this series. In the fourth quarter, he struggled heavily. They had the answers for him. Rudy Gobert performed like how Rudy Gobert should perform versus him.
Actually, he did. I'm surprised.
Yeah, he's seen as one of the best defenders, if not the best defender in the league.
There was a couple times Rudy was getting in him, boy.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Yeah, he was putting up a good fight. And I mean, honestly, in my opinion, that was the upset of the series for me. I mean, I know 76ers beat the Celtics, Lakers beat the Rockets, but I really didn't think the Timberwolves were going to get the Nuggets without Anthony Edwards. Now Anthony Edwards, by the time y'all are seeing this, it'll probably be game one of the Wolves and Spurs game. He's already coming back and playing against the Spurs in game one.
Because this morning he wasn't on no bets or nothing. He wasn't on there, and he's still questionable. But yeah, they announced it. He's playing. He's coming out and playing. I think it might be a little too soon.
Feels a little rushed.
Yeah, I think it might be.
Doctors cleared. I don't know. I just think that they see a chance right now in the West. And, they knocked the Nuggets, and that is who, their biggest rival has been so far. So we'll definitely have to see. So we'll kind of touch up on these first round of the playoffs because they absolutely did not disappoint. As y'all seen last podcast, if y'all haven't followed at Thread the Laces on social media and you're watching this podcast right now, if you haven't followed me at Nate Sticks or at Thread the Laces, go follow us, man. Posting clips of the podcast. The one clip went pretty good. And it was...
He tried to embarrass me, guys. And it got the most views. Thanks for that. Thanks for that.
If you go back and watch last week, he's talking about how, there's no way that the Lakers are going to beat the Rockets. The Rockets are...
I wasn't considering Kevin Durant to be out every game.
One game. It didn't matter. You even said in the clip, it doesn't matter if KD's playing. They're still better.
I did not say in the clip. Let's go back and look at that later on.
If you go back and watch the video, the clip I posted, you didn't say that. But if you go back and watch the video.
What I'm looking at is Lakers and Rockets, they both had their best players out. You got Durant out and you got Luka out. Okay.
Hold on. And Reeves. Just
yeah, but Reeves ain't their best player.
He's their second best.
So you're putting Reeves above LeBron right now.
I'm saying he's their second option is a better way to put it.
They both had their best, so it was basically LeBron versus Shinjin. And Shinjin got...
No. No, I'm not going to let this slide. You got Jabari Smith, Amen Thompson, Reed Shepard, Shinjin. Like, what are we talking about right now?
I'm talking about your two main players on the court for the series was LeBron and Shinjin. Is it not?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if Luka was out there and Durant were playing, they're all playing full, I would consider the main players Luka versus Durant.
I mean, however you want to play that.
Lakers got them. They played them. Honestly, they should have swept them. They was up 3-0. I was like, at that point, I can't see the Rockets doing anything here, and I was wrong again, because when it was 3-0, Nate looked right at me and said, "Nah, the Rockets are winning this next game. It's over. They're winning," and they did. They won the next two, which I did not see that coming because of the way they was.
Honestly, I didn't.
I'll tell you what, dude. Marcus Smart in the first couple games,
and then throughout the whole series defensively, but one the Lakers a series was LeBron really did turn the clock back. I mean, I said all that. That was a big clip, but there was part of me that was
he did what he needed to do,
doubting it, and like, man, I don't know. But it just shows again why I shouldn't doubt him.
I can't take it away from him. That's for sure.
No, not at all. Especially at his age, still playing at this level is just
No
beyond
matter how much
impressive.
I want to be a hater, I can't take it away from him. He did his thing.
No, that's what everyone's saying. Like he's even people that don't believe he is the GOAT. You can there's
Well,
no
no,
disrespect
I ain't saying
in what he did in that round one this series.
No, right.
The oldest person in the NBA was the best person in the whole series
Yes, he was.
with a guy who's considered a top big man
Mm-hmm.
in the league and a top player in the league. So
He's
I
so
think
weird. Like the
the way he
dude,
plays,
the way he plays, shoots, everything. It's like his shots. Like you don't think it's gonna drop, and it's just weird, man.
Yeah, well, one thing that series was I feel like the Rockets' immaturity, not really from Amen Thompson's side, but when you watch those games, you see how St. John is playing, and he gets flustered real easily, he gets frustrated really easily.
You was telling
and
me that the whole time.
You
like,
can see that
his
in
immaturity.
his gameplay.
like his immaturity.
Yeah.
So
I think in maybe 3-4 years, he'll be a guy that is more mature, more on the court. You won't see him act how he acts right now.
no, I think this year is gonna humble him, dude. He's gonna come back a different player. Now it ain't gonna be there 3 or 4 years. It ain't gonna take that long.
It should. Hopefully it does. Hopefully it does. With some players like that, you just can't fix. So
Yeah, that's true too.
Lakers got it done. They beat the Rockets. They move on to play the OKC Thunder, who swept the Phoenix Suns. Swept 4-0. 4-0. The Thunder just continue to look like the best team in the playoffs. I don't know what that's going to look like. Luka Doncic is looking like he's out for the series. If he does come back, they're saying it'd be like Game 5 would be like a stretch. So that would mean the Lakers still have to get a win in this, and they're playing 2 days after they just put their all into that Rockets series. So I think that Rockets series came down to immaturity and then just role players stepping up. I mean that's really what it was. Luke Kennard had a 30-point game. Marcus Smart had like a top 5 record for most steals in a playoff series or something crazy.
Yeah, I mean he was doing like 3 or 4 steals a game. Like this dude
Yeah.
was like. Then the first game, he had like 3 or 4 threes in the first quarter. I was like, well, here we go.
There it is.
And if the Lakers can play like that against the Thunder, they'll get more. It'll go more than 5. Cause I got him going to 5, but I'm saying it'll go more than that. It will. Because, these two teams right here, I'm excited. I'm still excited.
So you got Thunder in 5. I got Thunder in 6. I'm going to give the Lakers a couple wins.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't
I wouldn't be surprised about that.
I don't have it in me to say they're going to sweep, but they swept the Lakers.
Especially the way they played the first round.
Yeah, that's really the only reason why, because the Thunder swept the Lakers in the regular season, 4-zip, with everybody. Everybody on the court, 4-zipped them. So, but I feel like in the playoffs, these players level up. We were talking about this last night on the phone.
We were.
You look at these different players. Tobias Harris averaged 13 in the regular season. He's averaging like 22 right now in the playoffs.
Had 30 last night.
Right.
Sheesh.
All these different players, their points per RJ Barrett averaged, I think it was 16 in the regular season. I don't remember exactly. And then now he's averaging like 22, 23 in the playoffs. Like these players level up when it comes to playoff season. They do what they got to do to get through the regular season, but once they hit the playoffs, it's like a different level. So I think just with the Lakers' professionalism, I think they can get a couple games. Also, it's looking like Jalen Williams will be out Game 1. And the Lakers do have Reed.
He's always hurt, dude.
Yeah. But I guarantee you he's not hurt in the Western Conference Finals or the Finals. I would bet so much money on it. So,
That's what I'm saying. When Jalen Williams is in the game, the team is different.
Yeah.
I feel like they're really, honestly, unbeatable.
I agree. That's what's so tough about this team. They're best friends. They not only are they best friends, and they literally hang out with each other all the time. Like that, like their team is their friend group.
Right.
They've been playing with each other for a while.
Which helps a lot, too.
It does. They've been playing with each other for a while, and then you got, the MVP on their team as well. It's hard. It's a tough to beat. They got the double bigs down there, and Chet and Hart. And then they got the defensive side, of Dort and Caruso and Jalen Williams himself. They're
loaded.
killers over there, man. They're
loaded.
straight killers over there. So I got the Thunder.
You'll see Caruso come in only about 12 minutes a game, but he's a defensive. He goes out there and he plays. He plays harder than anybody on the court when he's out there. He impresses me. I like him a lot.
I was upset when the Lakers got rid of Caruso. Caruso's got rings because he's that type of guy you want on your team to help you get them. With the Lakers in 2020, he was a big factor in that finals run.
Mm-hmm.
And then last year, he's a big factor in the Thunder's finals run. He's guarding the best player on the court every time.
Every time.
His minutes went up in the playoffs than they did in the regular season.
Because they needed that defense.
Exactly, because his lockdown. Him and Dort together are lockdown defenders. So, I got Thunder in 6. You got Thunder in 5. The other West series, so Spurs beat the Trailblazers. Ended up being in 5 games. Trailblazers did get 1. I said
1.
Spurs in 4, but you know
I said 4 too, but
they got a game out of them.
yeah.
ODG went off for a game. What do you have, like 39 or something crazy?
Yeah,
that
he
game.
had something crazy.
But and Wemby got hurt that game.
That game he did get hurt.
So that
So
game,
no Wemby and him getting 35, they won one.
yep.
Now, what's that tell you?
That's what it took. And the next game, when they were prepared without Wemby and the game plan wasn't, we have Victor Wembanyama, they won.
Yeah.
And then here comes Wemby coming back, and it was over after that. So,
It was over.
hey, Trailblazers getting a win, though. The roster's very promising for the future. So, you know, they got some promising young players over there. And then you got the Timberwolves. Obviously, we already talked about them upsetting the Nuggets. I don't know what the Nuggets are going to do. They got guys on contract years. Clearly, it's not working out. This is now 3 years in a row that everybody, including us, has had this Nuggets team going far in the playoffs, and they don't even make it past the semis.
Yeah, I did not see
They haven't made it
Timberwolves
past
beat
the
them.
second round of the playoffs since they won their championship 3 years ago. 3 years in a row.
It's hard for me to understand the Nuggets when you look at their roster. And that game where they lose and Timberwolves move on. Timberwolves had nobody. They didn't have Ao. They didn't have Edwards. They didn't have Dante.
No.
And still won the game. That's the Nuggets. That's on the Nuggets, dude. I don't know.
Yeah.
what to
I
say.
think it's a lot to do with coaching, too. I mean, they had Mike Malone.
Yeah.
And then you fire Mike Malone. You bring in, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on his name right now, but you bring in their new coach, and
It don't matter. He didn't do good.
he's just not Mike Malone, you know?
Yeah, it was.
So now you got the Wolves and the Spurs. This was supposed to be a series where Ant-Man's not playing, and here he is, game 1, playing tonight. Probably playing right now as you're watching this, or you might be watching this after the game. Either way, I appreciate you for watching.
This game is the
Hit
late
the
game.
like
That's the
button.
late game. The early game, 76ers and Knicks.
Yeah, so they're so
Sure,
you're probably
yeah.
watching either before that game, during, after. Don't matter. I appreciate you for watching. Hit the like. Please follow us and hit the subscribe button, man. We're trying to run up the followers. And
We ain't that bad, man.
No, I mean, I know y'all enjoy. I see the comments, I see the texts, and I appreciate all that stuff, man. But we got to keep running it up. There's a bunch of stuff behind the scenes y'all aren't seeing right now. There's some stuff getting made. We're going to finish this wall.
They look
good. We
get the new one up from the last one.
Yep, we got a new one up, and then
Right
we got
there.
another new one up
All
over
over
there.
here.
I got another, my LeBron
Yeah.
one that I did the rant with over here.
Yeah.
And then we're going to finish the rest of this wall down here, and it'll be finished. But not only that, but there's stuff literally behind the camera, like literally, that you can't see that I need to bring over to a storage unit because we're in the new place. And then the setup will be decked out with mics, hopefully better lighting, and just a better camera presence of the whole background and us. So the production's going to go up here soon. I'm hoping within the month. Hopefully by the NBA Finals podcast, which we're going to bring a guest on for the NBA Finals podcast. I'm super excited for that. And yeah, man, just production's going to go up all in general. So please hit that follow button, hit the subscribe button, like the video. But anyways, Wolves versus the Spurs. I got the Spurs winning this one in 6, even with Anthony Edwards playing. I do think that they get a couple games out of them, but it's so tough because Anthony Edwards is playing through injury. I don't care what the doctor says at all. He's cleared. Okay.
He's not 100%.
We'll see how cleared he is and see how many minutes he plays tonight because I guarantee they're going to be careful with him. And
It didn't show minute restriction on it.
no, it didn't, but we'll see. We'll see what that looks like. It's really going to depend on how he's playing. How is he feeling pregame? During the game, does he look like Anthony Edwards? If he doesn't, they're not going to play him a lot of minutes. So, we'll just see what that looks like tonight.
I got Spurs in 5. I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't. Just Spurs are just different.
Yep.
I think the 2 best teams in the league right now are Thunder and Spurs.
I would agree with that.
I got Spurs in 5. I can see the Timberwolves pulling out 1. I honestly, the Nuggets and Timberwolves, I had it in 7, but I had the Nuggets winning. But I figured but the Spurs are just different. Spurs in 5, they're rolling.
Yeah, they are. They're rolling. They're young. They're happy to be here. De'Aaron Fox addition to that Spurs team is very impressive for what he's been able to do for that team. He's just helping that team click on all cylinders. His playmaking
his
ability.
his presence
Yeah,
too.
his playmaking ability, his presence on the court. They're just a different team with him out there. And, obviously Wemby's the best player.
Man,
but
what a great trade they made there.
that was the best trade that they could have made. There's perfect fit. I was so happy for Fox, too, because I'm not a hater of the Spurs. I like the Spurs.
I'm not a hater of the Spurs. But...
I've always liked De'Aaron Fox. Swiper, he's quick. I feel like he's always been underrated. So good to see him shine. Spurs to 6. So we both got Spurs and Thunder in the WCF after the second round. Going up to the East, Detroit and the Magic. We seen some 3-1 comebacks, bro. This is absolutely insane.
There was 3 of them, wasn't there, in the first round? 7 games. There's 3 series that went to 7 games in the first round.
There's 3 series that went to 7 games. 2 of them that blew 3-1 leads.
Yep.
One of them being the Orlando Magic. Yes. So if y'all remember from last week, we both had the Hornets making it, not even the Magic.
Yeah.
And then here come the Magic up 3-1 in the closeout game. They're up 3-2. Magic's what was the score at halftime? Oh my gosh.
They was up by like 17 points.
No, it was more. They were up more. They were up by like 25 or something. It was like 24, 25 points. We're looking at each other. We were together during that game.
And that was game 6.
That was game 6. We're together during that game in Orlando, by the way.
Yeah.
We're together during that game, and we're like, oh, this is over.
I'm like, yeah.
The series is over. Detroit really just lost to the Magic. I can't believe this happened. Second half, the Magic score 15 points in a whole half.
Yeah. The whole half.
Blow it to the Pistons.
Not a quarter. The whole half.
Blew it. You have the win in the bag. And then the last game, game 7.
Murdered.
Complete domination. Paulo looked like a beast out there.
Oh, God.
He did everything he could, but Duren finally showed up in game 7.
I love Paulo, dude. I love him.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Paulo too, but Duren showed up in game 7. And that was the difference. You seen how dominant they were when Duren showed up.
Duren.
15 rebounds.
Tobias Harris.
15 rebounds, 15 points. Tobias put up 30.
30. What the heck? He had like 4 or 5 threes. I don't think he did that all year. He did it in game 7, though.
Yep.
And like he said earlier, players, man, they step up when their life's on the line. You know what I'm saying?
They elevate, man. There's a reason they're NBA players. We can talk all we want from our couches and on this screen, but they're NBA players at the end of the day. And you could see a real player go off like Dosunmu did against the Nuggets. I guarantee you the Nuggets weren't ready for Dosunmu to have a career high 35-plus points against them in a playoff must-win game environment.
Yeah. That was crazy.
They weren't ready for that. And guess what happens the very next day after blowing a 3-1 lead? The Magic's head coach gets fired. The Magic are now on a search for a new head coach.
They let him go.
You just can't do that. I mean, you can blame the players all you want. You know, it is partially the players' fault. They're out there playing. But there's got to be a game plan. As a head coach of an organization, where they're paying you millions. You're in the playoffs. This is your third year in a row in the playoffs, and you lose round one every single year. There has to be a game plan of we're up 3-1. We need to, one, close out, and two, we are at home, up 20 plus at halftime. How do you not come up with a game plan at halftime to close that series out? It's absolutely embarrassing.
I'm literally just sitting here thinking about it, like, it's crazy.
Absolutely embarrassing by
That's crazy.
them.
Yeah.
It was like the biggest deficit that a team's ever came back from and won at halftime of a playoff game or something like that. It was crazy.
Me and him were both saying, Detroit, the worst number one seed we've ever seen in our lives. Dude, I was so mad. Because they was down 3-1.
Because I got Detroit going to my final, so when they were down 3-1, I was peed off. Like you can look at my social medias down when they were down 3-1. I was so mad.
Did you just say peed off?
Yeah.
We're adults here, bub. He was pissed.
Yeah, I was. You can go on my X account or Twitter or whatever, scroll down to when they were down 3-1. I was so mad. I mean, I wasn't being disrespectful, but I was letting them have it. Like, how are you a one seed? Is this the worst one seed we've ever seen? Like, I was genuinely asking myself these questions. They came back and got it done. And then the Cavs going up against the Raptors, they go to 7 games. And the Cavs just ran away with it in Game 7. Really wasn't much the Raptors could do in Game 7. But man, did R.J. Barrett come through for this Raptors team, and so did Scotty Barnes.
Dude, R.J.
What
Barrett,
they were missing
balling
during that series was Brandon Ingram.
Yep.
For one, he missed the last 2 games, which really put them in a tough spot.
It did.
But 2, when he was out there, he wasn't performing. He averaged 12 points in this series.
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't even see it going that. I mean, I did have it in 7, but
I put Cavs in 7.
But I
I
mean,
actually got that one.
Yeah, I did too. But I'm just, they should be in more than lower than 7. Honestly,
They should have.
they should have. But hey, like he's saying, Barnes, Barrett. RJ Barrett was balling out. Like this dude, he completely changed in the playoffs. He turned into a robot. But they didn't come out on top, so now you got Detroit and the Cavs. Then Knicks and the 76ers.
So who you got in Detroit and Cavs series? What does this look like for you?
I said this to you last week. Detroit, yeah, they're number 1 seed, but you look at their roster all the way down. Their bench players, everything. They're really not that all that great of a team. I'm sorry, they're not. I see the Cavs carrying them all the way to 7 games again, but I'm gonna put Detroit winning it in Game 7 at home. If it goes to Game 7, Detroit ain't losing at home. Sorry, it's not happening. I think it's gonna go all 7 because the Cavs are no slouches. Even though Donovan Mitchell, we didn't really mention that much. This last series, Donovan Mitchell wasn't that good.
No, he shot terribly.
He shot terribly.
Points per game went down by 6.
That's what I'm saying. If he played at his caliber, it wouldn't have won 7 games. It shouldn't have won 7 games, but he did not play to his potential. He has to play to his potential in this one, or it's going to go less than 7. Sorry. But I got Detroit winning in 7.
I actually am I can't believe I'm doing this, but so I had Detroit going to my finals, and I actually had Detroit and Cavs here. I did predict this last week in the round 1 predictions.
Yeah, I did too.
I predicted Detroit and Cavs. I had Detroit winning in 6. I had Detroit going all the way to the finals, but I thought this Detroit team would be looking a lot different than they do right now. And in my opinion, even with Donovan Mitchell's struggles, I think the Cavs look just a little bit better. And I think that they have what
That's
it
why
takes.
I say it's going to go 7 games. Dude.
I think they have what it takes offensively at the guard position and in the role player position, and defensively with the bigs.
Yeah,
You
with
got
the
Jared
bigs.
Allen and Evan Mobley down there with Jalen Duren.
I'll tell you what Detroit don't need. Jared Allen playing like he played last night. Or the other night. What was it?
Last night, yeah.
Last night. Dude had 20 points, 19 rebounds. If he plays like that, on top of Mobley's... Now, Mobley only had 7 rebounds, and I think he only had, 14 points?
Yeah, but he also was in foul trouble.
Yeah, he also was in foul trouble, but, I mean, he's still... That's what I'm saying, man. You cannot have these 2 bigs play like
I think
that.
the Cavs have are better offensively, and I think their defense is just good enough to get them past the Pistons. Because what scares you about the Cavs playing the Pistons is Harden and Mitchell, their defense isn't their strong suit. Cade is the best offensive player on their team. He's gonna have to literally carry this whole series on his back like he did last series.
I'm talking 25, 30 points
and the Cavs
every
are just
game.
and the Cavs are just better than the Magic. If the Magic are taking you to 7 games,
Imagine what the Cavs are going to do.
Don't see them beating the Cavs.
Honestly, like, Cavs could pull this one out.
I think that they will. I think you see all they need is a couple, 25-point games from Harden. They need a couple Donovan Mitchell 30-point games, and then they're gonna win this series. But what's scary about picking the Cavs is Azor Thompson is one of the best defenders in basketball. Cade is still a great defender. And Tobias Harris can't be hitting him like he's been hitting him. But in my opinion, when you're looking at this series, Tobias Harris is getting guarded by Evan Mobley. Jared Allen's down there with Duren.
Mm-hmm.
And they're about the same size. I think Duren's a little stronger in my opinion. But
oh, I ain't no little about it.
No, I mean physically.
That's what I'm saying. Ain't no little about it. Duren is a little straight mop this dude. Jared Allen is a skinny little thing.
Yeah, I mean, for how tall he is, yeah. But
I'm excited about this series.
I just think with how tall those two bigs are, Mobley is not going to let Tobias Harris do what Tobias Harris just did. And then now you got, Duncan Robinson might have some flashes.
And honestly, during that series, did not do good.
No, he didn't. But like I said, in Game 7, he turned it up, he turned it on, and they were a different team.
Yeah, but he can't do just one game of turning up against the Cavs.
No, he cannot.
No, he's got to step up.
They need all of Duren in this series. They need what they saw in Game 7, every game in this series to get this win. So, but I'm gonna give it to the Cavs. But y'all know my thoughts on it. The only way Detroit wins is if they keep Donovan Mitchell boxed like he was last series, and Duren goes off every game, and you see Cade drop 25 to 30 every game. That's literally the only way that they win.
Only way I can see Cavs going and winning is they do it in 6. I feel like if they go back to Detroit in Game 7, then Detroit's not going to lose that game.
I think it's going to be a battle. This is going to be one hell of a battle. I love this series.
Oh, I'm
super excited to watch it. So, I got the Cavs. You got Detroit. Moving on, the Knicks beat the Hawks in 6. They had the largest playoff lead in NBA playoff history with 61. They were beating the Hawks by 61 points at one point, which is the most ever in playoff history. Absolutely insane.
But what the thing is with that, I don't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Please do.
The Hawks were up 2-1 on these guys. They were up 2-1 in the series. And then Knicks won 3 straight.
Yep. They're on fire.
And when the Hawks won that second game, I looked right in there and said, the Knicks are winning these next 2 games, right? They're coming out. Brunson, he'll shoot 95 times if he has to. He will not lose this next 2 games, and he didn't. And then they won this one, the third one too, by the Knicks, man. When I seen the Hawks up 2-1, I was literally stunned. I was stunned. So I'm like, what is going on here? Magic beating Detroit, Hawks beating the Knicks. I'm like, what is happening? But Nick said, bam, bam, bam.
Yep, ended up knocking them out. And then they're going against the 76ers, 7 seed, who knocked out the Celtics in 7 games. Jason Tatum rolled out for Game 7. The Celtics just couldn't get it done. They couldn't hit their shots at the end of Game 7.
Jason Tatum sucked in Game 6
and
didn't play in Game 7.
Yeah.
And that's why they lost the series.
Yeah, he did get hurt in Game 6 too. So
he did, but you're looking at. Look at my marking. No Celtics. They're gone. They're gone. And they got the defense. They got the players. They got the offense. I don't know, man. Once it came down to Game 7 and they said Tatum was out, I looked right at him. I said, it's over. Because Embiid's... This dude can't be stopped. Now I'm looking at Embiid like I'm looking at Jokic. He just can't be stopped. This dude's scoring 25 points. He's getting 6 to 10 rebounds a game.
When he's healthy.
When Embiid, honestly, during the season, you couldn't get the guy to get 7 rebounds in a game. He used to piss me off. That'd be best.
He's waiting for the playoffs, bro.
Yeah.
He's one of those.
And then he ain't just getting that. He's getting 8, 9 rebounds on top of 5 or 6 assists on top of 25 points. Man, dude's just balling out, man. And if they keep that up, watch the hell out, dude. 76ers are going somewhere. I'm telling you.
I'm on that train. This series is going to be really good. I think these are the perfect matchup teams. They both have like 7.
Man, this is going to be a good series.
They both have like 7 good players.
Yeah.
And outside of that, the rest of their team is not worth really mentioning as far as going to really make a difference. So I feel they both have 7 really good players that I think can make a difference. And I think it's perfect matchups. I mean, I really do. Cat and Embiid, Paul George, and Michael Bridges or OG Anunoby.
I say it might be Anunoby.
And then you still got Michael Bridges. You got Josh Hart and VJ Edgecombe, and they're both defensive beasts.
Yeah, you got Maxey out there balling.
Maxey and Brunson, both offensive beasts. So, they're very well matched up. So I think this will go 7 games with how good the matchups are. And I'm leaning the 76ers. I had the Knicks in Detroit in my Eastern Conference Finals. And after watching round 1 of the NBA playoffs, I now have the Cavs and 76ers in my Eastern Conference Finals to go to a championship. And
I mean, I got 76ers in 7.
that's what I have.
I think it's going to go all 7.
And I think it's
but I think they're about to pull this out, dude.
Yes.
It's going to be.
I think Edgecombe can lock up. Jalen Brunson, and I think Josh Hart can lock up Maxey.
There's nobody locking up Brunson.
I don't know. We'll
Not
see.
happening.
We'll see. My biggest X factor in this series is
You're going to have to hold Brunson to 20 or less for you to beat him. Because the dude's scoring 25 every game. I can call that. Dude is going to shoot. And he's not going to go out lightly, I can tell you. But you got to look, like he's saying, look at the 76ers roster. Golly, man, these guys, they're good, man. They're good.
When healthy, they're very put together. The reason they're 7
really
seed
are.
is because they weren't healthy. I feel like if this team was healthy all season, I think you got Embiid and Paul George knowing this is probably, or especially Paul George.
I think I had 76ers third in the division at the beginning of the year because of that roster. I thought 76ers would be up there, but the injuries.
I mean, you got Maxey, Edgecombe, Oubre, PG, Embiid. Very solid. But then you got the Knicks.
It's solid, dude.
The Knicks, Brunson, Hart, Bridges, Anunoby, Cat.
So I'm saying these rosters go on and on and on.
This
series
is going
to be fun to watch.
They're perfectly matched up.
It's going to be real fun to watch. I'm excited about this one.
But I think the X Factor is simply Joel Embiid. I don't think there's a better player than Joel Embiid in this series, in the playoffs. Now,
look, we both got both of these going 7 and both of these going quicker. Like OKC, just because OKC Spurs are just
OKC
different.
and the Spurs series is going to be really good. I'm excited for
That's
that.
going to be my favorite one because we know it's happening. Come on. We know it's all happening. OKC, the Spurs are playing each other.
Never count us out, baby.
And OKC and Spurs is going to be probably I think it's going to be the best series in the whole playoffs, honestly.
So who do you got Knicks Sixers?
Huh? I got 76ers and 7 to play Detroit.
I got 76ers, Cavs, and Thunder Spurs. You got Thunder Spurs, 76ers, and Detroit. Just a little quick rundown just to see now after round 1 of the playoffs, who do you have winning the championship? You can just go through quickly.
OKC still. But I got playing the 76ers.
So 76ers beating Detroit.
I guess we didn't go over that, but I've got 76ers beating Detroit, and it's going to take all 7 again. Yeah. These series going all 7. These players, man, that's a lot of basketball. But what else can you do? You know what I'm saying? But I got the 76ers slipping past Detroit just because of how many people they can use on the court that can score on a dime that Detroit can't. Duncan Robinson is such a toss-up. You can't even bet this dude to get 10 points. And he's supposed to be a 3-point shooter. So I just don't trust Detroit enough to go all the way to the championship. I just don't. But the way I've seen 76ers playing, I can see them going all the way. I got 76ers OKC in the championship.
That would be crazy. Joel Embiid Joel Embiid finally making it. I just don't see it. Joel Embiid, he almost had it back in 2019. Then Kawhi hit that game winner on him and bam, ruined his whole heart, and it hasn't been the same since. My take on it is Thunder Spurs. Obviously, I got the Thunder in 7 there. I just think they're too dominant. I'm going to keep saying it. I just think that they're too dominant, and I would be more than happy to see a team prove me wrong, because that would be awesome. Because I feel like they're the obvious winner this year, regardless of who they play. And over in the East, like I said, Cavs 76ers, I think you see the Cavs make it. I've been a big guy of saying the Cavs aren't going to win.
Yeah, because you got Cavs beat Detroit, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I've been a big guy of saying the Cavs aren't going to win anything with Donovan Mitchell as their number one star. I've been saying that for like 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I do believe that still. I don't think that they are going to get past the Thunder. They're not going to win the big game, but I think that they could get to the big game with their roster. I think the James Harden addition, the Max Strus addition, Jordan Tyson. I think their team's built for that. And if it does go to Cavs Sixers, I think Mobley can guard Embiid very much so. He's one of the best defenders in basketball.
That's true.
And I think that the Cavs, just with James Harden's experience in the playoffs, how hungry he would be, I feel like it would just be a different type of atmosphere for them. This is all Cleveland has. They have a baseball team, they have a football team, but they suck. And they always suck. This basketball team is what they love and what they have, and Cleveland knows, and the Cavs know it. So, if I had to pick right now after watching Game 1 series, originally I had Detroit and Knicks and Detroit in the finals, Thunder Nuggets, Thunder in the finals versus Detroit, Thunder winning. Now, I could still have Detroit Knicks, but I switched it to Cavs and 76ers after round 1. So we'll see if that bites me. But after watching round 1 games, watching these teams play, it changed my mind, and that's where I'm at with it. Thunder still winning the championship. Let us know what you guys like in the comments. Who do y'all got winning the finals at this point? Do you think we're crazy for thinking the 76ers are going to upset the Knicks? It was really tough for me to pick that because I really think that this Knicks team is really good and Detroit's team is really good, but I don't know. It was just the way they played in round 1 really is throwing me off and really is scaring me on picking them. So I'm going to go my separate ways with those two teams, and we'll see how that turns out for me.
And my biggest thing about the 76ers beating the Knicks is the 76ers got Embiid and Maxey. 2 guys that can score 25, 30 a game. Knicks don't have that. They don't have a 2 30-point players. They don't. You can say Cat all you want. Cat don't score 30 points a game ever.
They want it to be Cat. But it's not.
Nobody at this point is stopping Embiid. Period. I don't see it. Nobody's going to stop Embiid. And if Maxey plays the way he's playing, I just feel like with 2 players that can score 30 points a game like that, there's no other team out here right now that can score 2 players can just pop off for 30 every game.
I don't disagree with that.
That's the only reason I've given the 76ers the edge all the way through. Because if they 2 stay healthy with their little role players, this team's dangerous. Until they meet OKC in the championship.
Yeah. That's very true.
And then it's over.
And a lot about 76ers too is that, you got these guys that are accepting their roles. I feel like that's the same with the Cavs. Like these 2 teams have guys that are accepting their roles. They're not trying to be the hero. Some of these teams they have players.
Yeah, somebody like Paul George, man.
He's accepting his role.
Accepting his role.
He knows I'm the 3rd scoring option, and I'll be here if you need me. I'll shoot a couple threes. I'm gonna play my defense. I'm gonna do what I can to try and get a championship. And you see that with players now. I mean, LeBron even said it. He said, "I understand." Like they asked him, like, with you becoming the first option again in this series, all year you had to face the facts of being 3rd option. And he even said, he's like, it's tough when you're at your point in your career where you're number one for so long. Paul George, number one for so long. The team plays through him. And you got to accept the fact that you're just not number one. And you got to play your role.
Yeah.
It's hard. But I think Paul George knows that. And he's shown that growth. I think James Harden knows that. He's shown that growth. I think some of these older players know that, and they've shown that growth throughout this playoff. So the playoffs have not disappointed. They have been literally amazing. I think round 2 is going to be amazing.
Oh, round 2 is
Even though I got the Spurs in 6, I think those games are still going to be fun.
Yeah, they'll be
still going to be fun games. Obviously, my Lakers are still in it. LeBron James is still in it. And the more that I can see him play, the happier I'm going to be. So, I think that's still going to be fun watching him play. Even if they do get whooped up on, I really don't care. I really don't care. I want everyone, disclaimer, I don't care. They made it out the first round.
There you go.
That's all I care about. I mean, if they win this series, I don't even know what I would do. I would be on this podcast, jumping up and down, going nuts. And yeah, man.
But you have every right to.
Yeah, I would.
Pull this out.
Yeah, no, seriously. And I think the whole NBA would be jumping up and down across the NBA like, oh my gosh, the Thunder lost. We all have a chance. Because I think right now, every team in the league is scared of the Thunder, and I think that's another reason why they're going to win is that intimidation factor they put in everybody. But y'all, we've rambled on enough. Y'all know what it is. Round 1 recap over. Round 2 is what we're looking like. A little bit of new NBA Finals predictions and further predictions here for what we think. But yeah, man, round 2 starts. We'll see y'all before the conference finals start. And I'm sure we're both going to be wrong. And it's going to be something different than both of us said. Because that's just what the playoffs are. And that's the beauty of it, baby.
That's the beauty of it.
So let us know who y'all got in the conference finals in the comments. In the championship, win the championship. Go follow us on everything at Thread the Laces, at Nate's Takes. It's pretty simple. It's in the description every single week. Appreciate y'all. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And until next time, Hooray!